It's the Grinders Journey signing in. What's your journey? We're back again with another banger.
Grinders. We're back again, man. Episode 21. We're back again. We're loving it here. Let's get straight to it. Who do we have today? Who's a special guest?
My name is Toyeeb Babatunde.
Babatunde. That's a strong second name, you know. My coach is back at what's it called? County Park. Actually, his name was Babatunde as well.
Oh,
His name was Babatunde. Oku Babatunde. I love that,
crazy.
man. But yeah, I want these the grinders, the people watching this right now, to actually know a bit about Toyeeb, to actually understand what he's been about. Why he's a coach. Why he's not a player. Why he really loves the game. Because yo, he's been saying he loves the game, man. He loves the game, man. Wait, what did you say? You said if you could spend 24 hours, what?
If I could spend 24 hours a day doing football, I would spend 24 hours a day doing football.
You said if you didn't need to eat, if you didn't need to sleep, if you didn't need to do nothing,
it would
straight
be
football, man. All right, cool.
That's for sure.
All right, let's get into the first question, man. Why did you get into coaching, brother?
So, the reasons were multifold, but the main one I'd say is because when I was younger, I felt like a lot of the people who coached me, they just didn't understand me.
Oh, actually, I want to stop you right there. Sorry, brother. Before you do continue, I want you to tell them a quick backstory about the places you've been to, who you've coached, etc. Very, very quickly, my brother.
Okay, so in terms of my coaching career, I've coached at Bermondsey Town, I've coached at Bexley FC Reserves, I've coached at Juventus Academy London, I've coached at GTKWFC Women's First Team. So that's Guy's, St. Thomas's and King's Cross University Women's First Team. And at the moment, I'm coaching at Northumberland Heath FC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just that's to show you, look, he's been about, you know what I mean? He's been in this game for a very long time, you understand? But yeah, let's get straight back into that first question. Sorry for cutting off, but yeah, how did you get to coaching, my brother?
So, as I was saying, I felt a lot of the people who coached me when I was younger just didn't quite understand me as a player. I always felt a bit misprofiled as a player. I was played in different positions, but for most of my career, I played as a striker. But I wasn't really an out-and-out striker. And none of the managers that I ever played under really understood me as a player, except from one of them.
You say one out of how many?
A lot. One manager really understood me as a player. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll give credit. There's two.
It's two actually.
There's two of them.
It's two actually, guys.
One on a Saturday and one on a Sunday.
Okay, fair.
So my Saturday manager, his name was Mark Warner. He managed me at Metrogas. He really understood me as a player. He really understood how to get the best out of me. And it's no surprise my best goal scoring seasons came under him. And
by the way, you said obviously those are the two coaches that the best
really understood me.
Do you have anything that was similar between them?
I'll get to that.
We're going to get to that. No problem, brother. No problem.
So the other manager who really understood me was Dean Garlick, who was my manager for my Sunday team, Bexley United.
Dean Garlick, what?
Yeah. He's a great man, I'll be honest with you. He's a great man. He really understood me as a player. I really evolved. He really allowed me to evolve as a player. Initially, when I joined, I was a striker who scored goals, but he played me as a second striker.
Okay.
That's my best position. It's the same with Mark Warner. He played me as a second striker as well. And those two managers really saw what I was capable of.
Okay, first.
But under Dean, I was also able to evolve from a striker, second striker, into a winger. And then from then, I evolved into a number 10. And then into a CDM.
So how did Dean get you going over the place on the pitch?
It was partly due to necessity, but at the same time, because of my technical level, he allowed me to just play. I was one of the best players in the team, so he just allowed me to play. And the boys...
a lot of players say I'm the best player in the team.
I didn't say I was the best. I said I was one of. I can't, I understand football better than to just claim to be the best player, because I know there isn't one player responsible for the result. It's everybody. Even if one player's really shining, he still has his teammates around him that's helping him shine, because he's not the one doing the attacking and the defending and the goalkeeping.
But does that get us recognised? Though that's the thing.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
But it takes the right player and the right mentality to recognize the work of his teammates as well. And I think that's what really separates the greats from the good. The greats know, okay, I'm good, but without the people I have around me, I won't be as good.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's what Dean was able to do with me. He just allowed me to develop and play places. But also, I'm kind of stubborn as well. When I say I want to do something, I'm just going to do it. You know, at some point, even when I was young, I was always moving my teammates around. I think instinctively, I always just sort of knew. Maybe some of these managers didn't quite know what was going on. So in my mind, there were things that I would see. I didn't know how to explain it, but on the pitch, I just tell my teammates, go there, do this, swap with me, let me go there, you go there. And it just used to work.
Thinking, what is this little kid thinking he's doing?
literally. I used to get told off by managers.
Of course, man.
Yeah, they used to tell me to stop doing that. Even going all the way up till I stopped playing in January of this year, it was like that. I'd always get managers telling me to just relax, let me manage. Do you know?
That's funny, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I've always had a burning passion for the game since I was young.
Yeah, you even said that. Obviously, regarding that, coaches tell you to relax and take a chill pill, basically. You said that you feel maybe some coaches felt envious or something.
Yeah, I mean, if they ever see this, some of them may dispute that, but I'm good at reading people. I know. Anyway, yeah, so I just always felt that they felt like I was, you know, kind of trying to do their jobs. But I wasn't. I just want to win. Do you know? It's my mentality. I just want to win. I'm not trying to do your job. Yeah, I'm not trying to do your job as the coach. I'm just seeing ways I can help my team win. So I just want to do it. You know?
Okay, first. And let's get into that next question. What's your philosophy as a coach?
Oh, that's a tough question because it's very hard to nail down. Right now, at the phase that I'm at as a coach, I'm still developing my philosophies.
Okay.
But I have always had a basic idea of how I've wanted to play, how my teams would play when we played. So I'm very big on intelligence. So I'm sure you've heard the phrase football IQ, football IQ, football IQ. Most people don't really understand what that means.
Oh, it's deeper, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Chat to me.
So football IQ, I see in terms of understanding space and manipulating space. So knowing what to do in a certain situation. That's footballing IQ.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
Okay. A lot of players, they tend to be static. They tend to stand still. They don't read what's going on in the game. Intelligent players like, for example, Mason Mount, I use him as a litmus test in football. Whenever I talk to anybody and they tell me, oh, Mason Mount's not good, he's not this, I just know to switch off from anything that person has to say. Because if you don't...
There's some conversation you don't have to have someone because they don't have the knowledge.
Honestly,
you can't even talk, you can't argue, you can't.
honestly, you can't even fight them. You just have to be like, you know what? This isn't my battle. This is not my battle. God didn't put me on this earth to convince everybody. Do you know what I mean? Just leave it. So yeah, that's what I do. I just tell people, don't be static. You have to move. The more you move, the more your opposition has to think. Okay? Have you heard, I believe it's Einstein's theory, which is every action demands an equal and opposite reaction. It's the same on the football pitch. Everything you do, it's going to demand a reaction. Have you seen that video or meme of, I believe it's Mbappe in a match, where he sort of shuffles at the defender and the defender starts jockeying or starts moving?
Okay, yeah. When he's at PSG?
It was for France, I believe. Yeah, in the national team game.
You might have to get this one up.
You might have to. You might have to. That clip, it just perfectly encapsulates what I mean. Even if you just drop a shoulder, your defender will react, or the players near you, they will do something.
Depending on how good of the dropper show there was, you know what I mean? A defender like me,
I don't even mean
a defender like me isn't reacting to, we're reacting to something, you get me? You have to have a bit of flair to you. Let's talk about proper defenders, do you know what I mean?
I don't even mean in terms of having the ball. I mean, even if the ball's on the other side of the pitch, for example, and you find yourself standing there, just test it out. All right, just walk away from your defender and see what he does. If he's a smart defender, what they tend to do is they follow you. If it's a not so good defender, they will stay there.
Yeah.
Because they're switched off. They don't realize. They're not seeing you.
Yeah, first.
Okay? So they just stand there. That to me is, I have created space and now I have more time on the ball. Because that defender's given me the space because he's not followed me in there. But if he has followed me in there, it means he's reading the game. He's reacting to what I'm doing. So when he's reacted, that means I need to now move again. I need to do something else to get rid of him. So if I keep constantly moving, he's not focused on the game anymore. He's focused on me. He doesn't know where the ball is. So you can even view it as like sacrificing yourself in that moment. You're sacrificing, you're taking away that one player to create space for somebody else. So footballing IQ for me is all about understanding space.
Okay, fair. My dad actually used to tell me, was actually a coach. He used to tell me, eagle eye. That's how you get past that.
Exactly.
Look at the ball. Look at the man. Look at the ball. Look at the man. Eagle eye.
But then
my daddy said, drill that in my head.
But then I say to my players, if you can see your defender's number, he can't see you.
If you can see your defender's number, you can't see. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If you can see his number, he has no clue where you are. That means his full back is turned. So if you can see his number. I mean, if you're on the wing, and you can see your defender's number, then you're onside. Do you know what I mean? You're onside. Well, if you're smart anyway, then you're onside. If the ball's on the other flank and you're a winger on this flank, if you can see your fullback's number, you can clearly see the ball and your fullback. But your fullback can't see you can only see the ball. So you can just ghost in behind him and score. Raheem Sterling, unbelievable at doing this. That guy has over 100 Premier League goals. And most of them, you see, it's a back post tapping.
Ghosting defenders.
Exactly.
And what they ever say, it's all tapping goals, but it's deeper.
But it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. A lot of the work on the football pitch isn't caught on the camera. A lot of the work is the preparation beforehand. So if you see someone smack the ball from like 30 yards into the top corner, most people only focus on the fact that that player smacked it 30 yards in the top corner. But you're not focusing on how did he find himself in that little bit of space? What did he do to get that space? How did he prepare himself before he had that shot? What was his first touch like? Did it give him enough space to crack that shot? Do you know what I mean? So that's what I mean by preparation. You have to do the work to get the results, as with anything in life, of course.
Okay then. Love that. I love that. I posted a quick story on my Snapchat to see if anyone has quick questions for you. We'll see get any responses in it.
Sure.
But let's hop on to that next question, man.
Okay.
What challenges do you face as a coach, especially being young? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good question. So at the moment, I'm coaching at Northumberland Heath. I am one of the first team coaches there. I am the co-manager of the under-23s, and I am the manager of the under-12s. So at the moment, I face 3 different challenges. Okay, so I'll go through all 3. I'll start with the first team. With the first team, a lot of the players there, I used to play for the first team up until January.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm ready to see where this is going now.
Okay, do you see what I mean? My ex-teammates for the most part. So there was that challenge of getting the respect as a coach from them. But luckily, when I played with them, they saw my quality as a player. But at the same time, they could tell that I understood football. And I've played decent levels. So you can immediately see my knowledge. You can see when I give you advice, you know that I know what I'm talking about. So that kind of helped me get buy-in from them.
Fair.
Yeah. But I also face other challenges. So in terms of like seriousness, being strict, knowing when the line is. Sometimes, because a lot of them are my ex-teammates, as I said. So sometimes knowing where that line is between I'm your coach and I'm your friend can be a bit of a challenge, but it was more of a challenge at the start. Now, less so. Now I'm more, okay, I'm a coach now. Now I need to tell these guys what to do.
So do you feel like it can never be like that anyways? You could never be friends with your actual friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause you know what a friend is.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
think there needs to be a line. I'll be honest with you, because sometimes the way football is, it can be ruthless. So if you're friends with people, you can be scared to make decisions. You can be scared to do the things that are necessary sometimes. So you kind of have to have a side of you that's cold. That's like, okay, I'm taking all the feelings, the emotions, the relationships out of this. Are you fitting into what I see? Are you part of the plans? Can you do the things that I want from my team? And if the answer is no, then you need to be able to do that. You need to be able to have that conversation, but you can't really do that if you're friends. Do you know? Because you're thinking about protecting relationships, protecting egos. Yeah. So that's tough in terms of the first team. In terms of the under 23s, I'd say the biggest challenge me and my co-manager face at the moment is getting.
Is your co-manager younger or older than you?
He's younger than me, so he's
Okay.
27. Shout out to Joseph Sonyolu. Brilliant manager, brilliant coach, top coach coming. There are quite a lot of us now in the game, young black coaches that are doing really good things. So if you're a young black player or a young black player towards the end of your career, say you've been released, say you don't know what to do next, I recommend going into coaching. Honestly, you can learn, you can fall in love with the game in an entirely different way. One thing I wish I knew when I was still playing is about thinking as a coach on the pitch. I used to do it, but I didn't realize that's what I was doing. I didn't quite understand what I was doing, but I used to do it. I wish I understood that that's what I was doing.
That's what you're actually doing, okay.
Yeah, because then that would have helped me be even more intentional on the pitch. Yeah. So back to the challenges we face with the under 23s. I need to give you the context of our club at the moment.
Let me know. Let us know.
So in terms of our club, Northumberland Heath FC, we've been going on this is our second season as a club.
Is it non-league football?
Yeah, in non-league football, but we're not quite at the step 6, step 7 levels yet. Like I said, it's our second season. So at the moment we play in the Bromley and South London Football League.
So how does that work then? Obviously, you not being a step club. What needs to be done? How do you progress?
I'll explain that. So where we're at is a feeder step to step 7, as they would say. So we're right at the bottom of the pyramid, like even lower. We're not even technically on the pyramid. So where we're at is not semi-professional football. It is amateur. Okay?
Yeah.
So, but the ambition of the club is far beyond that. The professionalism of the club, far beyond that. The facilities, far beyond the level we're at. We're only at that level because it's our second season. So you have to go through it. Do you know?
Start from somewhere.
You have to start from somewhere. Exactly. But the quality of our first team is levels beyond where it's at, where the club is actually at. It's levels beyond there. There are reasons for that, but it's really because the club is very well run. We train twice a week, about 6 hours in total. The way it works, we have a squad of 33 players. Okay. We all train together on the Monday. Then, so everyone's registered to both teams. So the first team and the under 23s.
Okay.
So all 33 players are registered to both teams. And the reason for that is because when we train on Monday, whoever the 16 that perform the best are the first team for that week. And then the other 16 will be the under 23s for that week. But yeah, it's more of a reserve team than under 23.
Okay, fair.
Okay, and we play in a men's first team league, so we faced first teams as well. So all our players are always getting competitive football every week. So after Monday, once the squads are announced on Monday, you know what day your second training session of the week is.
Okay, fair.
So that's either Wednesday or Thursday. The Wednesday session is with myself and my co-manager for the under-23 team. Okay. So yeah, that's how that works. And that's the context within the club. However, most of the players in the squad, I'd say a good 20 are far beyond the levels that we have. But then we do have some players that aren't ready yet. So they're more so what the second team was created for. Okay. However, you also have the other 20 players, and some of them have to come into the second team. But we're finding at the moment it's difficult with some of those players with being dropped down into the second team, just dealing with that, with the, sometimes absences, dealing with losing players, for example, because they feel they're better than that level. They don't really want to compete, and they don't want to play with the second team and earn their shirts sometimes. So some people leave.
I feel like it's right for the players to leave.
I mean, if they feel like they can play elsewhere, I will never be the kind of manager that says, "Oh no, you have to stay here." No, if you want to leave, you leave. I only want players that want to be here.
Would you say that to? Because I feel like at the end of the day, if a player is really quality,
Yeah.
you're not just gonna tell him to leave at the end of the day. You're gonna have some type of feeling to be like, he's good for my team. And as a manager, get me, you're gonna feel like he is a good asset.
I mean, I completely hear that, but I don't necessarily share that belief.
So that's not your philosophy, yeah?
Yeah, it's not my philosophy. I believe the team is better than the individual. So
that's actually a good one. Do you feel like coaches are actually, there's two different type of coaches than that? Maybe feel like some are for the team, some are individual.
Yeah, I mean, there are two distinct schools of football. One is possessionism and one is relationism. So I'll explain what they are. Possessionism, sorry, it's more about positional play. So the type of coaches who would be in that would be like Pep Guardiola, PSG's manager Luis Enrique. They are very strict positional play managers. Okay. So I'd even say Arteta is in that as well, but he's more in the middle of both. Sarri, the ex-Chelsea manager, he's firmly in that positional play mold. So they believe in like predetermined moves. So you see their teams always repeat certain patterns, certain things, you find the players in certain positions. So within positional play, for example, you often get, the way they summarize it is 2 along the line, 3 across. So you can never have more than 2 players within a straight line of each other.
Okay.
And you can never have more than 3 players across. All right. But you have other managers who believe more in relationism. I'm forgetting what the manager's name is. He used to manage, I believe it was Fluminense in Brazil. They played against Man City at the Club World Cup final. That game was really like a big game for football nerds. That game, genuinely, because it was the battle of 2 very different styles of football. So with relationism, it's not about the system, it's about the players, right? The players are closer together, right? It's just about creativity. There's no set patterns. There's no 2 along the lines, 3 across. There's none of that. The players are able to go into any positions that they feel like they can do damage in. For example, you can have like players clustering into one corner. So you can have like 6, 7 players, for example, in one space, just playing 1-2s around each other, just dribbling and messing around with the opposition. And then next thing you know, they switch the play. They've got one player on the other side of the pitch. It's really random and it's really chaotic, but it's very fun. Some people say positional play is a bit boring. It can get boring, but it depends on what you're looking for.
You feel like there's one kind of play that makes you, let's say, win a game more, or that you can't. That's not really that kind of question. Isn't really, because at the end of the day, it's specific to players. It's specific to so many more things.
Is this in terms of Northumberland Heath or just football in general?
I say football in general.
Okay.
But yeah, let's talk about Northumberland Heath as well. As well. To be fair,
wow, that's a big question. I'm not going to be controversial, so I'm not gonna answer the one about Northumberland Heath, because if I say stuff, as obviously being on the coaching team, players might start looking a bit different. So I'm not gonna open that can of worms. But in terms of football in general, I believe, like I said, I don't really believe in star players. Obviously, you can have players who are game breakers, who are beyond tactics. Players like Rafael Leao, Messi, Ronaldo in his prime, Cristiano in his prime, Ronaldinho. Those are game breakers. They can just create magic from anywhere. There's no amount of tactics you can do that can really stop them if they want to score. Thierry Henry is another example. Do you know? Another one that's shaping up to be a bit of a game breaker is Semenyo at Bournemouth at the moment. Very, very hard to stop tactically, just simply because they're really good at more than one thing. So someone like Semenyo can shoot off both feet, can carry the ball. He's quick, he's strong. Do you know? There's not much you can do in terms of tactics to stop that if they're really on it, as you saw against Liverpool on the first day of the season when he scored that brilliant goal. Scored 2 goals, but before that he was racially abused. Do you know what I mean? He was racially abused, and that must have fired him up onto another level, onto that game breaker level where he was like, you know what, there's nothing you lot can do to stop me today, unfortunately. And that's how the game played out. He just picked up the ball and said, yeah, I'm going to score. So that's what I mean by a game breaker. So you can get those players. However, when those players have too much influence in a team, I don't like that. I give you an example. It's a bit controversial. When I tell people this, they all look at me and they're like, what are you talking about? But for me...
You're not going to say it.
Go on.
You're not going to say name what?
No. Okay. Oh, God, no. God, no.
Or even Mbappe?
No. It's Bruno Fernandes at Man United.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That is a good one, to be fair. No. That is a good one, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, chat to me.
I've not really been a fan of his for a long time at Man United. Even when he was scoring like delivering 58 goals and assists a season, I've not been a big fan. Like, I've respected it, and he's scoring goals, he's doing that. That's excellent. But Man United are not going to win anything significant until the day he leaves the club. Unfortunately, we'll win cups, we'll win FA Cups, League Cups, we'll do that. We'll get to Europa League finals, semis, we'll do that. But winning, getting over the line, forget it. It's not happening.
Love how you talking about your club and not my club. Well, yeah, let's get to that next question though.
Sure.
What's the qualities you actually look for in a player, brother?
Qualities. So, like I said, intelligence, right? I summarize it actually in 3 words. So it's win. It's work hard. Oh, sorry, no, not work hard. It's work smart, play intelligent, and play with no emotion. So that's the way I summarize it, really, in terms of what I'm looking for in players. So I'll explain it. Work smart. Players, work smart doesn't mean don't work hard, by the way. It just means be smart in what you're doing. Don't press all on your own, because that's just to give an example of playing smart. Don't press on your own, because there's no point. You're going to lose. You're just going to get popped.
Running like a headless chicken.
Exactly.
That's what a lot of players are actually kind of...
Exactly.
They have a lot of that to them.
A lot of that to them, and it annoys me. It annoys me with a passion, because it's like...
that's funny.
You are now, like, you've run, you are now beyond the ball. Do you get me? The ball's behind you now. They've popped you. You're now out of the game. We have to now defend with 1 less player. So you are now out of the game. And for a manager, for a coach, there's nothing worse.
How do you even deal with that headless chicken? Obviously, that's depending on football IQ as well.
Yeah, exactly that.
You know what I mean?
Which is the next point, which is play intelligent. That's play with intelligence. Sorry. You need smart players. You need players who understand football instinctively. All right. And to me, those type of players are the ones growing up who were smaller than most players.
They had to learn new.
Exactly. They had to learn how to manipulate. But they had to learn basically that if I don't move that ball quickly, someone's gonna hurt me because they're bigger than me. So you often see smaller players pass move. They don't stand in the same place, because if they stand in the same place, they're more likely to get tackled, to get hurt. You won't see them because everybody else is bigger than them. Yeah, they're not going to get the chance to shine. However, if you can get a taller player that also recognizes that, makes them unstoppable. So players like Yaya Toure, Michael Carrick, unbelievably intelligent players. Sergio Busquets. Messi's not a big player, but he's incredibly intelligent. Neymar, incredibly intelligent. Cristiano, incredibly intelligent. All these players on the pitch, they're always thinking. They're always moving. There's something that they're doing. Even if they're standing still, especially when they're standing still, you're in trouble. That is when you're in the most trouble. If they are standing still, they have seen something that nobody else has seen. So you are cooked in that moment. Genuinely, you don't want to see them stand. There was a player I played and I trained with back in the day when I was younger. He used to play for hashtag United, for example. His name was Jesse Waller-Lasson. He was, oh my
all these
God.
guys you name, all these guys you talk about are strong names, fam.
Oh my God, that guy. He was probably the first time I learned how being intelligent makes the difference on the pitch. This was back in our university days. At the time, I was playing as a centre back. I was a bit cocky.
Why'd you say that?
Because it was easy for me playing centre back, if I was being honest. Because physically, I was a lot bigger then. Physically, I could handle it. Technically, I was good on the ball, so I was a bit, arrogant as a defender. The problem was, though, I hadn't really met my match yet. All right? I'm bigger than him.
Meet your match as a footballer. That's a good one,
Yeah, honestly.
That's a good one.
Honestly.
Don't meet your match.
Honestly, there's some players.
Ego is really important,
It's
man.
really big, honestly.
Really big, man.
But sometimes you need to be humbled as a player.
Yeah, because you actually look like, wow, he's actually better than me.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to be humbled so wait a minute, I need to go back to the drawing board.
Then I was like me at Ipswich, 100%. Yeah. At Ipswich. When I was signed, and then 100%. Yeah. I felt that one still. I felt that one.
Honestly, I was so arrogant. I was in the second team at the time, but we felt we were good enough to be with the first team. A lot of us did.
Nah, that's the worst kind of player. No, I hate them kind of players.
Yeah, we all thought we were good enough.
Because the first team players are just thinking, what on earth? Come on, my bro.
Yep. I'm sure they used to hate training with us, but we didn't know. We didn't know because ego, we thought we were good. I'm sure they hated training with us, but
I'm hiding this because I don't recommend this.
We had an inter-squad friendly. Right, both teams were flying in their seasons. We were doing very well. So this was the first real opportunity I'd had to impress the first team manager. Right, then we started off so well. We were winning 1-0 in the first few minutes. We were doing our job. We kept them quiet. This is after 35 minutes. We're doing our jobs. We've closed the lines between our midfield and our defense very well. There was no room. We'd suffocated that Jesse guy very well. Right? So Jesse used to play for Tottenham Hotspur. He used to play with Harry Kane, Charlie Pritchard and them, man. But there was another guy in the team who they were on the same wavelength. Genuinely, those two, both small, no bigger than 5'7". Really small guys. But they were the smartest players on the pitch. You couldn't get anywhere near them. This guy was called Sam Biles. He played in midfield, central midfield or CDM at the time, one of the two. He used to play for Arsenal, I believe. right? This first team was really good, genuinely, like incredibly good. So think about the level we thought we were at to think we could hang with them.
Yeah.
And for 35 minutes, we did hang with them, do you know? Except from when this one incident happened. It humbled me for life. And it also changed the way I viewed football, do you know? Like, I still have flashbacks of it sometimes now. Like,
You
yeah.
say when you sleep, sometimes nightmares just
like
wake you
rah.
up like that.
Yeah,
fam.
yeah. It's like, raw, Jesse, why did you do me like that, bro? Why did you do me like that? That's not fair. Genuinely, he didn't even do anything crazy. Not anything crazy on the ball. Most of the game, he'd spent it because there was no space between the lines. He liked us to drop off. There was no space in between the lines, really, between our DMs and us. Except from this one moment, there was a little bit of a gap. Our DMs hadn't recovered quick enough, but Jesse was literally standing in front of me at the time. But then
So you can see his back.
Yeah, basically I could see his number.
Okay.
But unfortunately for me, you know, like I said, when good players stand still, you're in trouble.
Yeah. You didn't know you were in trouble.
I did not know I was in trouble. Right? Yeah, you're gonna see where this is going in a moment. So he actually dropped off me like 5 yards because he finally had the space. Right? Whilst he was dropping off me, Sam was receiving the ball from their centre backs. He's really good on the ball.
Were you thinking of anything of this, or you just as a defender, you're just
no, I am thinking at the time. I'm thinking Jesse has dropped off. If I allow him to get the ball and turn, we're in trouble. So that's what's going through my mind at the time.
Okay.
But what I didn't realize was Jesse and Sam were on the same wavelength. And this was something they may have worked on or something they just do naturally, right? So Sam's getting on the ball as Jesse's dropping. I'm like, yo, I can't let this guy turn. So I made the faithful decision to step out of our back line and go with him.
Oh,
yeah.
Leaving a little gap behind you.
Honestly, this happened in a matter of seconds. Literally seconds. Genuinely. I'd taken like 3 or 4 steps to get close. As soon as I got anywhere near him, he spun me ball in behind 1-1.
Oh, no.
1-1.
No.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. 1-1.
Your pace couldn't even back you.
Bro.
Yeah, safe.
Like the ball from Sam to Jesse was inch perfect.
I feel like the only players that can actually stay, if you're quicker than you're a winger, you have to be and not just quicker, you have to be way quicker.
Yeah,
you have to be Kyle Walker, you have to be, bro.
Even then, Kyle Walker is not getting back.
You think?
In this moment, he's not getting back.
How many times has he got back for England?
He's not getting. I promise you, he's not getting back. That ball basically landed in the 6-yard box.
Inch perfect.
And he finished straight away. When
your colleague play like that,
genuinely, the first touch was magnetic.
I do understand.
Yeah, you can't get back.
Yeah, you can't.
So yeah, from when that happened, ended up losing the game 5-1. Yeah.
Yo, what do you feel like? Because obviously at the end of the day, you guys were keeping up. You guys were 45 minutes in. You're still on the same wavelength. Obviously, but what do you feel like? Because obviously they were better at the end of the day, but you didn't know that. What do you feel like? I don't know how to really explain that. What do you feel like that difference is though?
It's just IQ.
Just IQ.
Genuinely
that easy. It's that easy.
Yeah, it's just that easy.
It's that easy.
It's genuinely though. It's just that easy.
That hurts.
Like,
okay, I love that, man.
Just them being smarter than us in those moments killed us. Like, I'm sure you've heard of the term marginal gains. So it's like gaining small advantages over your opponents. They were just sharper at doing things. They were quick at popping the ball, moving the ball around us. You know, dragging us into space to really create space in behind us for themselves or their teammates. So those little things just killed us. And they were sharper and pressing us as well. So yeah, they were just better than us, to be honest with you. Better than us.
Fairs. Can't lie, I just looked at my Snapchat. We have a couple messages still. A couple messages still.
Sure.
But
let's go ahead.
Should we go with that? I want to ask you one more question though.
I'm going.
What does a winning team look like to you?
Oh, a winning team to me is one that has cohesion. So the players all work together. It's one that has trust between players. So what I mean by that is I want to fight for you because you're my boy on the pitch. We're playing together, but you're there. I know you've got my back. So I have your back. I want to win, not just for the club. I want to win for you, and you, because you're all my boys. Do you know? A winning team has to like each other. If there are beefs between the team, you're not going to win. Okay? There's a book I read by Carlo Ancelotti called Quiet Leadership, right? I'd highly recommend that book to anyone that either wants to coach or wants to be a leader in any field. And you want to lead people, genuinely, go and read that book. I can't recommend it enough. But there's this one gem that I left, well, one of many gems that I left there with. It's about energizers and energy sappers. So energizers within a group are people who, if you look at like a battery, like if say like an AA battery or like a phone charger, when you plug the battery into the plug and then you connect it to the phone, you know, the phone lights up. The sign, that battery thing comes up saying 58% charged or something. Those are energizers, sorry. People who make everybody else happy. They breathe energy into people. Those are energizers. So the other people are energy sappers. It's in the name.
No,
It's like they just take energy away from people. If you have, as Ancelotti says, in any group, you always have those two people, okay? But if you want to lead a successful group, you need to have as many energizers in there as possible. However, if you have more than one energy sapper, that group will never win.
Yeah, it's over. Has to be over.
One energy sapper you can work with.
Yeah.
To get me?
Because when there's one, I mean, even when it's more than one, even let's talk about one even, because to one player, they demonize that player, another player,
you get
knock-on
me?
effect, knock-on effect.
Exactly. So once you have one, for example, it's bad enough having one.
Maybe one is even more.
Yeah, one is even mad, but having more than one, Jesus, you're not winning anything. Okay, so that is a concept that I think people need to start looking, especially players, but managers too. You need to start looking at your footballers in terms of that. There's another thing that I left that book with. It's about treating your players like people. So it's a quote, he says, to get the player, you have to understand the man. If you don't understand the man, you will never get the player. So you can even look at that in a literal sense. If I don't understand who my player is and what he's dealing with or what she's dealing with off the pitch, then I will never understand why they play the way they do on the pitch. Because we bring things off the pitch onto the pitch, whether we realize it or not. If you're unhappy off the pitch, if you're depressed off the pitch, if you're mentally drained,
maybe some players, that's why some players even realize why they're getting subbed off. I'm not playing bad. It's deeper.
It's deeper than that.
Energy sapper. You never know.
Exactly.
That's actually true, you know.
It's deeper than that. So people need to start looking at their teammates and their coaches.
But do you feel like coaches maybe like they don't show that to players? Why am I coming off? Why? Or coaches don't need to show that? What is it?
I think a good coach has a good line of communication with their players. All right. And sometimes if you have to explain to them why you're taking them off, then you have to do it. Not all the time if you don't feel the need to. You know, you have to judge it within the situation. But with me, I tend to explain to players why they come off. So, you know, if it's, for example, oh, you've not done anything wrong, I just want to try something, then that's what it is. But if it is, you've not played well, you've not done well, you know, your performance hasn't been great, I feel like somebody else could do better than that, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right? So, yeah.
Okay, fair. And actually what we wanted to do, like I said, there's been a couple, I posted my story, there's been a couple replies to that. So we're just going to quickly shoot a couple questions at you from what the players said, innit? Literally. Let's start with David, yeah?
Mhm.
He said, what is the one thing stopping most players breaking into the starting 11?
Starting 11 in terms of first team. And are you? Do they mean just players in general or young players?
He's definitely a young player. I can tell he's
A young player. Okay. So in terms of young players, the main obstacle, it's adapting to the men's game. Even when you're good as a young player, you're good against your own team, your own people, your own age. The physical differences are the same. You know, you don't really get like a mad range of physicality when you're playing people your own age. But when you're trying to transition into first team football, you're not only playing people who are 2-3 years older than you, you're playing people who are 10 years older than you.
Literally.
In some situations, 12, 13 years older than you. Some of them are stronger than you. Some people have played incredibly high levels. Some are finishing their careers. Do you know what I mean? There's more of a mixture of physicality, of experience, of technicality, of know-how. And also, depending on how the first team is doing at the time, for example, if they're in a bad situation, if they're trying to survive relegation, if they're losing games every week.
Coach is not going to maybe want to try someone new.
Exactly. They're less likely to want to experiment.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
I think David got his answer from that, to be fair. Okay, next one. Be elder active. Okay. Do coaches have favorites generally?
I'll be honest with you. In my experience, yes. Yes, they do.
Generally, yeah.
Generally,
that's the
they
answer.
tend to.
Go, guy. That's the answer. Okay.
Yes, coaches tend to.
Next one, yeah. Oz, what to do after getting rejected / released by academies?
Learn your game.
Learn your game.
Honestly, that is the best advice I can give to any player at any level. I'm speaking directly to you. Learn your game. And I don't just mean going to train on the pitch. I mean learn, analysis, and analyze your clips. Watch analysis of professional players playing. Those things help you. One thing a lot of players don't tend to know or think about, because when they think about it, it's obvious. Every player that you have played against, every player that you idolized, every player that you love, they learn everything that they're doing from somewhere. They're people they idolized.
You said everyone's a copycat at the end of the day.
There's nothing new in football. There's nothing new in football. The false nine was first used in 1930s. There's nothing new in football, genuinely.
Okay, first. Love that. Let's get on to the next one. Zion. What are the biggest misconceptions about going pro?
Oh, I guess every player thinks they're gonna make it. Everybody thinks they're gonna make it.
That's so funny because it's true. I can't lie.
Everybody thinks they're gonna make it. And the worst part is everyone talks about the statistics of people making it. But the problem is every player believes they're going to be that one who breaks the statistic. It's unlikely.
You say you knew that from young. You learned that as a coach, as the player coach that you was.
I'll be honest, I was deluded too. I thought I was going to make it myself. We all did. Everyone does. Everyone thinks they're going to make it. Everyone thinks they're going to be the exception. So you need to be ready to accept sometimes that you're not going to be the exception and play to the highest level that you can. Honestly, there are players in non-league who just play, who do well, and they get picked up by professional teams. You don't need to go to an academy to go pro.
True.
You just need to play consistent football at a decent enough level. You don't need to play. Yeah, to be recognized. For example, Richard Kone, who's now at QPR. 2 years ago, he was playing for Athletic Newham at Step 5, non-league Step 5. He was doing his thing over there. He was scoring goals. He was putting in performances. He got picked up by Wickham in League 1, I believe, at the time, or League 2. Do you know, straight away. Oops, knocks the microphone. But yeah, straight away got picked up from there. And he's not the only one. We had one recently, Jake Tabor, got picked up by Swindon, straight from Step 5. Again, just play at the best level you can play at and enjoy your game.
Okay, love that. Let's get to the next one. There's a couple more still. Cash Money AB. What makes a very good winger? Like, if you was a scout, what would you look for in a winger?
Okay. Again, my big thing is intelligence.
Mm.
Okay. Do they make runs off the ball? Do they make the right decisions in situations? So, for example, is my winger hugging the touchline?
Mm.
Is he hugging the touchline? Yes or no? But not only just hugging the touchline, what's his body shape like? Is he red? Is he in control before he's even got the ball? What I mean by that is, say you're a winger who's left-footed playing on the right.
Mm.
If you're by the touchline and you're not on the half turn, then you're not in control.
Mm.
That says to me you're not thinking.
Fair, 'cause if it goes to your right foot,
Exactly.
so
Exactly. It's over.
Mm.
You're not thinking. But if you're on the half turn when you receive the ball, so if you're by the line, the half turn will be half facing the opposition's goal, half facing your own goal. When you receive that ball, you're receiving it straight on your left foot. You're in control. Then you can make the decision. You can decide to drive at the player. If you've got a decent right foot, go down the line, cross it. If not, play a 1-2, get in behind, try and whip it across or score. Those are the things where like good scouts, good coaches are looking for. It's not necessarily your on-ball skills. It's not being able
so
to
many
be...
players think but it's hard to really drill that into someone, man. To know that, yo, it's not all about being your defender, man, and just you get me, like, just spamming 20 skills, man.
Yeah, you don't need to spam the skills. Honestly, the scouts, they get turned off when they see you do stuff like that. They just feel sick. Like they throw up a little bit in their
time,
mouth.
man.
You're
Use the
wasting their
ball.
time. Genuinely. Go and get me a goal. Go and get me an assist. Do you know? I don't care if you not Meg the guy. What did you do after? Do you know what I mean? What was your first touch like? What's your crossing like? Are you making the right decisions when you have the ball? Do you know? Are you positioning yourself right? Those are the things they're looking for.
Okay, love that. Let's go to the next one. Lani. It's kind of the same thing. He was talking about obviously the attributes as a winger, so we can do that one.
Pretty much.
MK was actually asking a person. He was asking how's football for you. He said, ask him how was football just in your life. You know what I mean?
Oh, football was kind to me. I didn't win as much as I would have loved to as a player, but I gave it, I wouldn't say my all, because I don't think deep down I really wanted to be a professional player.
Okay.
I think deep down I really just wanted to be a manager or coach, deep down. So I didn't give it my all that I could have given it as a player. But now as a coach, I'm giving it everything. I love coaching way more than I enjoy playing. It's the question most people ask me, oh, you're only 30 years old. Why have you stopped playing? You can still play for years. Even when they see me play, some people, they ask me how old I am. When I tell them my age, they ask me who I play for. I'm like, I don't play anymore. They get surprised because, yeah, I'm okay at playing football. I can use both feet, but I don't enjoy playing as much anymore. I much more enjoy seeing my players do everything we've coached in training. You know, I think that's more of a challenge.
Okay, fair. I love that. That's a little backstory on Toyeeb. Okay then, E1. What separates? You actually asked two questions to be fair.
Okay.
What separates a good player to an elite or great player?
Oh, I said that earlier.
Yeah, I thought that was IQ and that, innit?
Yeah, it's the IQ, but also recognizing that as good as you are, you don't exist in a vacuum. You need everybody else around you to be your utmost best. So great players, if you put them in a rubbish team, they can help the rubbish team be good. Or not even good, sorry, they can be okay. You can put them in a decent team, they can get that decent team to average. Put them in an average team, they can help the average team become good. But you put them in a good team, they help the good team become great. You saw that with Barcelona, put Messi in there, but the other players were already pretty much good to greats themselves. All right. and then you put the best player of all time in there.
Just to even
Do
level
you know
it up.
what I mean? You see the magic that's created.
It
You
just
know,
creates magic, to be fair. It's
Yeah.
just football, isn't it?
yeah, that is just
It's
football.
just football,
It
innit? You
is.
can't really go ahead and say no more. And then this is his second question.
Sure.
Do you think a talented player who doesn't work hard will have a better career than a player who's not as talented but works as hard as he can to make it?
No, I don't think so.
Carla, I didn't even understand that question. What was the question?
Essentially, it's does hard work beat talent if talent doesn't work hard?
Oh, okay.
Then yeah,
Okay.
it's a saying for a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally is a saying for a
definitely.
reason. Okay, then. And I think, that's it for now. Ooh. Actually, Ethan just sent a message right now.
Sure.
What encourages you to make your team better?
Oh, wow.
I like that question, actually.
It's a
This
good
is actually kind of
question.
specific to you now.
It's a good question, yeah. I think my biggest thing is I'm a winner. I want to win. Okay. Winning drives me, but it's not just winning. I want to win in a certain way. There's a certain style. There's a certain way I see myself winning.
Yeah.
And if we don't win in that way, yes, I'll be happy for the win, or I'll be okay with the win, but I wouldn't be happy. You know, because I'm driven by being seen through the lens of my football. Okay. I often find that when I talk to people, sometimes they can't quite understand the things that I'm saying. It feels like I'm speaking a different language.
You told me that shit.
Yeah. Even in terms of football, it often feels like I'm speaking a completely different language to people, where something sounds simple to me, but when I explain it to people, it doesn't quite translate the same. But through my football, if I'm able to translate those ideas to my players, then those people who didn't quite understand it when I said it to them, they can watch it, they can see it, and then completely get that, oh, this is what I was talking about. So that's what I mean by they will see me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that. And to be fair, that's all the questions updated for that. I'm gonna refresh one more time. Guys. Yeah, we're gonna leave it as that. But
Brilliant.
that was a couple great questions, to be fair. I like that, man. I like that. I
Some
might
of
have to do
them-
that more often, man, to be fair, man.
Some
Love
of them
that.
really surprised me. They took me by surprise. I
love
won't
that.
lie. Yeah.
But I want to know, actually, as a coach, man, what's your next in your career? Let's talk about this.
Okay.
What's the future looking like for you? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish?
My main goal, I'm not actually shy. I'm not scared to say this because I feel like when I say this to people, they can help hold me accountable and make sure I do it.
Make sure you do it. Okay, yeah. I like that.
So
all the grinders were hearing this.
It's to manage Man United.
Manage Man United.
That's my dream.
That's it. You lot heard that, innit?
Yeah.
We're holding them accountable.
One day, new Old Trafford or Old Trafford.
Wait, saying what age are you gonna be?
We'll see. There's no time limit. There's no time limit to accomplish this, because I want it to be my magnum opus anyway. So however long the journey takes me, that's to me the destination. So I need to enjoy the journey, because when I'm at the destination, I just want to deliver. So I want to do my learning right now on my journey to it. So yeah, that's the ambition.
If you see a snap of him and Manny, it's over. It's over.
It's over. It is.
That's crazy. I love that, man.
You
said it here first. Nah, I like that, man. I like that. Okay, then we're gonna keep you accountable as well. Because what we do, because the grind continues.
Yeah,
there's no time limit for the grind. It's always gonna continue, man. And I love that, man. But Toyeeb, do you want to talk about anything? Do you want to tell these guys anything before we do shoot off? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a great episode, by the way.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me on. So in terms of football, I want to say learn your game. That's what I want to leave everybody with. Learn your game. So what I learned in terms when I wanted to be a coach, what I did was I went and read books by people, but not just any type of books. I went and read autobiographies of great managers. I went and read autobiographies of great players, because they give you a lot of insight into their mentalities. But not just that, it gives you insight into how their lives went, the parts we don't get to see in the media, the parts we don't get to read in any books or interviews except from their autobiographies after they've finished. So those parts, you get to see a lot. And you can actually sometimes see signs and see patterns within your own life that resonates. That's like, oh, they did this. I'm currently doing that. Maybe I am on the right track. Maybe I am on the right path. Do you know what I mean? So learn your game. Read books. Don't be shy to read books. When people make fun of you for reading books about football, that's them saying to you, I'm not comfortable with learning. I'm not comfortable with you learning. That's a small-minded mentality. They're holding you back. So if you want to elevate as a player, you need to start thinking as a coach. And what I mean by that, obviously, other than just read books, go on YouTube. There are plenty of channels on YouTube that do football tactics, that do football analysis. For example, you've got Tifo Football, you've got James Lawrence Orcutt, you've got Football Made Simple, Football Purist, Football Meta. You've got so many different channels all on YouTube. After a big game has just happened, they break it down, what the teams are doing, what the players are doing. Right. If you want to play at the elite level as a young player, why aren't you watching what the elite teams are doing? Why aren't you watching how their players are playing, what the managers are doing, how the players are playing? Do you know? Because why not practice for where you want to be? So watch those channels, read the books, then your own games, get footage. If they're recorded, perfect. Get footage of that and do your own analysis of your own game. Be scientific with your football. I say that to my players all the time. You have to be scientific with football. It's not all art. Football has a science to it. For example, when Harry Kane shoots, he's one of the best players I tell my players to watch in terms of shooting, because I call it the drama, right? When he shoots, he really exaggerates. His whole body moves in that direction. His leg comes off the ground. Every single great shooter in the world, after they've made contact with the ball, you'll see their standing foot is slightly off the ground.
I can picture what you're saying. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good technique. You need to be scientific with things like that. Because if you want to improve, believe me, this is what all the professionals are doing. If you watch interviews with players like Casemiro, Rodri, they really break down what they do. They are big on analysis. They really go back and watch their clips. They're looking at what they're doing, how they can do better. They pause it just as they're about to make contact with the ball, for example, to see what other options they could have done instead of the actions they made. So that the next time they're in that situation, maybe they think differently. Maybe they do scan over their shoulder quickly to see where the players are, to see where the other options are.
See if maybe.
Yeah, exactly. To see the possibilities, the potentials. So that's definitely another thing I'd say to do for aspiring players. But it's not just players, it's for coaches, it's for analysts, it's for scouts, it's for everybody. You need to understand what you're seeing. You need to understand what you're seeing. You need to have the language to understand what you're seeing. Then and only then we will truly get to where you're trying to go to, honestly. So yeah, that's me.
And that is the most explained outro we've ever had, by the way, guys. So we love that, by the way. I'm about to wrap up. Love that. But there was a quick one. Someone said, please say this one. So let me do this one very quickly before we shoot off, yeah? What kind of player do you, if they, big up LP, by the way. What kind of player do you, if they're technically amazing, and all academy said that, but you're a bit small, even though you have been on trial at Watford, West Ham, but they said no after your trial because you're too small and not physically strong enough.
Okay. That's a tough one.
That's basic, yeah.
Because obviously it depends on the position that the player plays in. But what I would say is do not give up. Keep going. And if you need to try other options, look abroad. You may be too small for England. but abroad,
You feel like that's the thing? Some
Yeah.
players are just too small for England.
too small. No, it's a genuine thing. Some players in England, I believe players get as good as they are in spite of the coaching, not because of it. And smaller players often get overlooked in England because we look for something different. Our football's more physical. We look for something different. But if you look abroad, their football is more technical. Smaller players thrive abroad. Do you know? Because they're looking at your technical qualities. They're looking at your space management. The football isn't in the air 90% of the time over there. It's on the floor. So look abroad. You may just, honestly, you may just be too small for England.
Okay then.
Look somewhere else.
Okay then. And that, we're going to leave them questions there. That's it right there. That's right there. And by the way, great episode again. Episode 21. And grinders. It has been a blast. We'll be back again like always. So you might be back again. We never know.
You never know.
You never know. And it was honestly a pleasure. Grinders, we're signing out. See ya.
And that is the wrap. What's your journey? And of course, we'll be back again with another banger.